Good morning, gentlemen. We are holding now on our 94th segment of the Think Before You Speak series. Laws of Shemirat, Halashon with clarity. A few stories. Leilu Nishmat, the great Chafetz Chaim, Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Reb Chaim Kanievsky, Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Yididi Ahovi, Reb Zechariah Wallerstein, Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Leilu Nishmat, Luz Aliza Bat Henriette, her children that passed with her in the fire. Ruach Hashem Tenichenam B'Gan Eden. As well, these laws should be a great zichut for our B'nai Chabura that sits and learns every day in the Balabatim Koilel until 11:30 in the morning. These halachot should be a specific shmira and a refuah shalema for my grandson Chaim David Ben Adina Luna, and it should be a great zichut for shmira and hatzlacha siyata d'shmaya for Chaim David Ben Chayesar. Today's halachot, the title, Revealing a Secret. Okay, so let me tell you a ma'isa about a family who was very preoccupied with one of their children's sickness. And it was something that they didn't really speak about to anyone. They didn't want anyone to know. Adarabba, they knew that always the Yeshua and the Beracha is generally samoy min ha'ayin. And the less you talk about it, and the less you mefarsim it, less of a nes is easier to be brought behind the scenes under the wraps. And because of that, quietly, they made their visits out of town to the hospitals in Philadelphia. But because of that, the neighbors realized that this family was gone periodically, sometimes weeks at a time. And they wouldn't mention why. And every time they'd come back, they'd make up a different excuse that didn't really sound much. They kept the whole ordeal a secret. They didn't want people to know about the sickness of this child, hoping that the child would come out of it and just go back to life with the family in a normal way. But there was one person that the father of the family did tell the secret to, and that was his chavruta. You have an obligation, a commitment to a daily learning with a chavruta, and it comes to a point where if you're not going to come up with the real reason behind why this chavruta is missing so much learning, the guy's going to drop him, and he didn't want to be dropped by this chavruta. He really liked learning with this guy, so he had to tell him the real ordeal. He had to tell him the real reason. Although everyone else, they told stam excuses, and no one really knew why, not even the neighbors. But his chavruta, he told the truth, that his child was going through a very difficult time medically, and he needed treatment, and they had to go to out-of-town hospitals. And that's the reason why he hasn't been around weeks on end. This chavruta is not allowed to repeat and reveal the secret of why this family has been away to anybody. And this is really begeder, not even avak rechilut. This is begeder, lashon hara, and rechilut mamash. To reveal the secret of somebody else when they told it to you in confidence is forbidden, midin, lashon hara, and rechilut mamash. And if that's the case, a person should be appreciative that when someone gives over a certain secret to you, they're actually giving it over to you in confidence. It's with a disclaimer built in. I don't want anyone else to know about this. And if you're going to repeat that, not only you over rechilut and lashon hara, but you broke the confidence of another Jew sometimes in a moment where they need your friendship. Thank you for listening.